Tyler Rake from Extraction, Lorraine Brockton from Atomic Blonde, Christian Wolf from The Accountant. Who would win in that fight?
Ooh, my gosh. That is, I tell you what, just for fans of action cinema out there, how badass would that be?
Do you recall the most difficult stunts that you had to perform?
It was the stunt in Captain America Civil War in the opening. You know, in the script, it was just an explosion, knocks Captain America out of a window and he falls to the ground. He gets up and runs off. And I was like, how can we take that and make it a little more of an homage to the stunts and the people I love, Jackie Chan style stuff? I pitched it. The Russo brothers loved it, and then I worked with the production designer to design the balcony at just the right angle. The first half was done by Jackson Spidell, amazing performer, and then I took over where gravity could help me, and I just started on a condor. So hold on to the bucket of the condor. I'm up probably 30, 40 feet off the ground, but 8 feet from the awning, and then on 3, 2, 1, go, I let go and fall backwards, hit the awning. Then I fall another 10, 12 feet to the foot of the truck or the top of the truck. I smack that face first and do a little Hong Kong spin down another 8 feet to the ground. It was a very satisfying and yet extremely challenging stunt.
There was this pretty big car chase sequence in the movie. I'm just wondering, what did that camera rig actually consist of?
How do you get a handheld feel while being able to keep up with vehicles? Like, I can't run that fast. So we found these, based on these camera vehicles that my brother, Daniel Hargrave, had in Georgia, these kind of UTVs that can go through dirt, mud, rocks, but also on the street. We kind of modeled this camera car after that and put both front and side plates where I could stand and be hooked in. We made a nest, if you will, like a camera nest where I could move around comfortably. And the thing that I liked about that, not only was it staying true to the style that we wanted to express for that sequence, it allowed me to react to situations as they unfolded. Like if I saw in a fight scene Chris take a stumble back here and he didn't hit his mark, I could know, okay, they're going to keep going. So I would shift my weight and try to keep going and not lose the sequence. I felt like I could save a lot of moments. Some of those things were really dangerous. I mean, there were times when, there were spinning, speeding cars passing 6 inches in front of my legs at 30 miles an hour. If something went wrong, I felt better about it being me in that spot than other people.
If you were to give a new director 3 pointers on actually selling a fight scene, what would those pointers be?
Good question. Number 1 would be to emulate the masters who have come before you in your practice, because to find your own voice, you have to practice something. So instead of putting the pressure on yourself to be creative and do new things, do old things well. Take a Jackie Chan fight scene and recreate it shot for shot and see why it works. By doing that, you will learn good habits. You will learn how masters do stuff, and then you can start to develop your own styles. Second, don't forget about story and character. The moves are cool, but the importance is the story that you're telling through the moves. Number 3 is be flexible with your performance, with your talent, because sometimes something that you've got in your head that you think is the coolest thing, or you really want to see this thing done a certain way, and then the actor who's performing it, he shows up and he's left-handed, and all the stuff you've done is for right-handed actor, and you're like, oh gosh, what do I do? Because if they can't perform it well, it's not going to translate. The most important thing is who your performers are and making them look great. People will remember great performances. They're not going to remember the 1 or 2 moves that you thought were amazing, usually.